Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Ben from Dark Histories. I just wanted to do a little introduction to this video because if you only follow us on YouTube, this episode might be a little bit confusing. Basically, I clip the videos for YouTube from a bi-weekly podcast that I put out, and this week was our 1 year anniversary, so we kind of had a little look back over the year, the characters we've seen, the stories we've told. So there wasn't really a regular video like I would normally put out, but I'm nothing if not consistent, so I thought I would upload this video anyway. I hope you enjoy it. So it's a little bit different, it's more like the podcast, but yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
So first up, we're going to get into our Dark Histories 1 year award ceremony. That's not really an award ceremony because no one's here and we don't have any fancy tables.
Fancy tables.
Yeah, they always sit around fancy tables collecting awards, don't they?
We also don't have any awards.
We don't have anything, really. I'm just in my bedroom.
Yeah, me too. I'm still in my pyjamas, to be honest. I could put on my evening gown.
That's all right. I'll in post, I'll put some fancy music on it.
Oh, sweet.
So first up, we've got the award, which is a little bit negative, but they get more positive as we go. But our first award is for the biggest bastard of the year. This should be tough, really, considering the show is basically revolving around lots of murders and murderers.
But
it's totally not tough. It's 100% Terry Hoffman. What do you reckon? Do you think that's a fitting award?
I'm going to go right back to the beginning and say Jack the Ripper is the biggest bastard.
Jack the Ripper?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a particularly nice person.
No, he wasn't.
But, so Terry Hoffman from Terry Hoffman and the Black Lords episode, which was the episode we did, or this was before you joined, wasn't it? So it was the episode that I did on the cult. She was the cult leader who essentially ground down people with mental health issues until they killed themselves after writing her into their wills. So she made loads of money off the back of essentially making people with mental health issues kill themselves. But that's bad enough, but she wins it for me single-handedly in one stroke when she got the letter from, I think it was the woman called Robin, and she wrote her a letter saying, and at the top she annotated a note saying, please tell me if this is real because I'm scared and I don't understand. Basically, she was totally confused as to what was going on. The lines between like reality and fantasy were completely blurred. She was obsessed and thinking she was dating an invisible CIA agent and had a bit of a scuffle with someone in the cult and was seeking forgiveness. And Terry could have saved her life very easily by just not being a bastard, and instead she was a bastard and allowed her to kill herself and then cashed in on her will. So she wins it for me, hands down. Jack the Ripper, pretty bad, I guess. Yeah.
Compared to that, though, he's like, nice guy.
Sort of.
I'd like to spend time with him rather than her.
You wouldn't spend much time with him, though, would you?
Well, I'm not a prostitute, so I think I'd be okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Jack the Ripper, yeah, he was pretty bad. On that point, though, we've got loads of new listeners, and I should welcome them all and say thanks very much. Lovely to have you here with us. It's fantastic. But I noticed from our statistics that you're all listening to the Jack the Ripper episodes. I find them slightly cringy, and every time I see someone listen to the Jack the Ripper episode, I want to kill myself because they were really done a long time ago, and I was just nailing them off really quick. And they're like 5-minute episodes. I mean, if you take the first 5 episodes, it makes one 25-minute episode about Jack the Ripper, but they're like really short 5-minute little episodes, and the reason was because they were made for YouTube. So yeah, welcome, and I'm really glad to have you all here. It's wonderful. But stop listening to the Jack the Ripper episodes because I hate them. So anyway, your biggest bastard is Jack the Ripper. Mine is Terry Hoffman.
Yeah.
I think it's time for you to fess up and say that you haven't actually listened to Terry Hoffman, have you?
Look, I'm the worst person. I'm like your worst fan.
I bet you when you do listen to Terry Hoffman, you'll change your mind. She's evil.
Probably.
Like,
Okay.
normally, because obviously she's dead now, and I would, no matter what she's done in her life, I would say that you should have like some manner of respect for the dead, right?
Right.
Not this woman. She can screw it as far as I'm concerned. She was evil to the core. Anyway, let's move on because that's, not that positive, is it? And this is
Nah.
a celebratory awards ceremony. So our next one is for the biggest badass. Who's your biggest badass?
Well, I can't lie. It's a tough choice because there aren't many.
There aren't that many.
No. It's mostly really awful people.
Yeah, there is a few badasses in there though.
Well, I would say it's going to sound awful. Burke and Hare were pretty badass.
Yeah, Burke and Hare
Yeah.
were pretty badass in a really twisted sort of way, I suppose.
Yeah. It's Thin Pickens, isn't it? Because everyone is so evil.
It is. All of my badasses that I was thinking come from the same episode.
Yeah.
And I whittled it down to 2, and I still can't decide between either. Wait, this episode was awful to pronounce because obviously they're all Russian. So the Dyatlov Pass episode, which again was a really old episode, but all of those are like hardcore Russian badasses and did trekking through the snow mountains for fun. I mean, that's pretty badass by itself. But there's Zinaida Kolmogorova, and she was 22, and she'd been bitten by a viper while she was trekking through the snow-filled mountains, and she just carried on. That's pretty badass. So she's up there, but it was a toss-up between her and Ludmila Dubnina, who was only 20 years old, so she was even younger.
These girls make me feel like a failure.
I know, right? And on a previous expedition, that's the word. On a previous expedition through the snow-filled mountains, she was accidentally shot by someone cleaning their gun. And she just took it like a 20-year-old Russian monster. She
Yeah.
just went, yeah, I love it. I eat bullets for breakfast.
Russians, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, but basically all of those unfortunate victims of Dyatlov Pass were all badasses.
Yeah.
But they were the 2 badass of the badasses, in my opinion. I can't pick between those. It's got to be one of those 2. Probably the Viper lady, because I don't know what happened to Ludmila Dubnina. I don't know if after she got shot, she just carried on, or she went, actually, I think I need to go to the hospital, which you'd hope. But who knows, because they're Russian badasses.
But the other one got bitten by a poisonous snake and was like, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. There's only half a mountain left. We'll make
Yeah.
it. So she wins for me, I think. Zinaida Kolmogorova.
Right.
She's my biggest badass of the year from the Dyatlov Pass episode, which is fantastic. And we're going to be talking about it on the next bonus episode for Patreon, I think, because it's such a great mystery.
It's my favourite mystery.
It's one of my favourite mysteries as well, actually. But let's not give things away.
All right.
Our next award goes to the biggest always found guilty, but probably not really guilty.
This is a very specific award that can really only go to...
About two people, but
2
I really
people.
want to give them props. So I made an award specially for them. The biggest always found guilty, but probably not really guilty. Who's your person that fits that category?
Paul.
From the Circleville Letters?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it should be Paul. I think Paul should win this, actually. But I've sort of picked someone else. But only because I'm sort of bitter about it.
Okay.
So it should definitely be Paul, because Paul was 100% not guilty, right?
Yeah. And he spent a long time in prison.
Yeah, a long time in prison. And to be fair, came out of it with his head held relatively high.
Right.
Which is, you've got to give the man respect for that.
Maybe he's the biggest badass.
Maybe he is. Although, I kind of picked Lauren Schlittenbauer from
Hinterkaifeck?
Hinterkaifeck, yeah. Because it's not like ever been proved if he was guilty or not, because obviously they don't know who the murderer was. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't him. But if you listen to an awful lot of podcasts about Hinterkaifeck, I'm not going to name any names because that's just petty. And if you read a lot of stuff on the internet about Hinterkaifeck, a lot of people will jump on the back of Schlittenbauer and say it was him. Now, if you do some real research and read the actual police records, I know I don't want to drop any names, but if you do real research and actually do, read the primary sources, the police said straight up 100%, we have no reason to suspect this man. But he's very easy to pin the case on. And then a lot of podcasts, I'm not going to name any names, just like to follow the same story and go, oh, it was Schlittenbauer because of the child case and it's sort of lazy and simple and we're just going to put that out there and blame it all on him. And they form a narrative around Schlittenbauer basically being guilty. He wasn't guilty, I don't think. There's so many reasons. And then there's all sorts of misinterpreted and mistranslated and misreported facts that are just parroted by people. And if you read the primary sources, none of them are true. And they actually make him sound an awful lot less guilty. So he wins it for me. But realistically, it's probably Paul, isn't it?
Probably Paul.
Because Paul was actually put in jail. Schlittenbauer was just kind of bad named, bad-mouthed.
And also, I really don't like Lawrence. I can't say his last name.
Schlittenbauer.
Lawrence Schlittenbauer.
You've got to get the Bauer.
Bauer.
All
the people in that village. Stop it.
Yes, all right. You don't like him?
I don't like any of them.
Hinterkaifeck. That was an episode that very well messed me up. I don't know if it was because I didn't have much sleep whilst I was writing it, but I struggled with that. It's the only episode I've ever really struggled with Dark Histories. And when I say struggle with, it hung over my shoulders for like 2 or 3 days. And I think what it was because I hadn't really slept very well for a couple of days whilst I was writing it. And I was reading all these really dry German primary sources, and everyone was just really horrible to each other in that town. Mm-hmm. And I think it just...
Whereas I would say Paul is like 100%, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, and he went to prison as well, so Paul should definitely win this award, really.
Yeah. So I'm going to knock you out and give this award to Paul.
Yeah. You're going to knock me out with the...
With the award.
Yeah, with the imaginary award.
I forgot what the word is. What do they do in American football where they like knock you? Like, poof.
I've never seen American football in my life.
Well, I'm going to push away.
That's what they do in American football. They just push each other over.
Yeah.
Now we're going to just like offend like all the Americans that are really into their football. Push each other over? What do you mean?
Let's move on. Next award. Biggest messed up filth?
Biggest pile of messed up filth. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
Our next award is the biggest pile, which is, I couldn't work out a good way of putting this, but basically the most messed up, really.
Effed up, yeah.
Yeah, the most messed up case that we did over the last year. So the award for the biggest pile of messed up filth, and I think this is probably going to be across the board, probably unanimous.
Right.
Who's your award go to for biggest messed up?
So I have a feeling we're actually going to disagree.
Oh, controversial. Go on.
Right.
Who have you got?
This is personal to me also, because I'm not claustrophobic, but the idea of being trapped in a small space really messes with me. So I'm going to say Who Put Bella in the Witch Elm is the most messed up.
Oh, what? Because of the tree?
Because she was probably alive when she was put in there, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
That messes with me, man. Like I can't. Like, okay, example, the movie The Descent, the bit where they're crawling through tunnels and stuff,
God,
and one of them gets stuck.
I mean, I'm not claustrophobic, but that film,
yeah, right,
particularly, yeah.
So the idea of being shoved in a tree until you die. Oh, I hate it.
I didn't even think about that aspect of it, but you might be right. It's pretty grim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because, funny enough, I only actually read about it again recently because it was the cover story for this month's for Tea and Times. But so I kind of reread about it recently.
And you put that creepy picture of her face up on Instagram.
Some university student, like, sort of forensically recreated her face, what they think she looks like, which was pretty interesting. But I totally forgot about that aspect of it. Yeah, I guess they stuffed her in the tree. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I hate that. What's your most messed up?
I just picked out Adam, which was pretty messed up because they sacrificed a child and chopped off his head and limbs.
Yeah, that is pretty messed up.
It's pretty messed up after they trafficked him across Europe. But Bella's pretty messed up as well.
I guess from an objective point of view, then Adam would be the most messed up. But from my own personal point of view, the lady in the tree is the worst. The worst.
Yeah, well, I totally forgot about that aspect. I should listen to it. I love Bella in the Witch Elm. Yeah, no, I really like that.
I love it.
I like that mystery. That was a good one. It's another one we should do for Patreon on a bonus episode, maybe.
Yeah.
Our next bonus episode is going to be what? The Dyatlov Pass and the Enfield Poltergeist. But yeah, we should queue up Bella because that was a good one. And there's been some new stuff about it, which is cool. All right, so you went for Bella and I went for Adam, so it wasn't unanimous.
No.
So, all right, next one. This is kind of the special golden prize, isn't it? The big award. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, I'm going to cut that out and do some really fancy music.
Okay.
So this one goes to the biggest mystery of the year. The biggest mystery. I mean, it's a big one. It's the one we've all been waiting for.
Right. What is it?
For me,
Yeah.
probably Dyatlov Pass.
Yeah. I don't know if that's just because it's my favourite one, though.
For me, it's the biggest mystery because it's just it's just a complete mystery. Like, it really is. Like, there's loads of evidence and it still doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's no answer whatsoever. Even the most technological theory is like a bit of a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of. Why did you say Dyatlov as well?
Yeah.
So that one was kind of unanimous.
Yeah.
So it should win, really, shouldn't it? Because I had a kind of on the back burner. I had maybe like the Alan Moore Lighthouse, which was only really because I didn't really agree with the main theory, but of the mega super waves or whatever they wanted to call them. But and it was quite a nice episode. Nice.
It's nice.
More dead people. That's nice. It was quite a fun episode to do. But yeah, no, Dyatlov Pass kind of hands down for me. So yeah, that was pretty unanimous. And since it's the big award, it should get it. Yeah, for being unanimous.
Get some party poppers out.
So now the last award, which is kind of like the special mention award, I guess, that usually would get sponsored by some charity. So we'll sort of make up a fake charity that will be like the Cat Rescue Home Down the Road award for all round most favourite person goes to.
You go first.
Right, okay. Well, mine was Omsetti, without a doubt, because she was a legend. I mean, she died and came back to life for a start.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. But outside of all the kind of mystery and all the rest of it, like, I went into that Omsetti episode because it was about reincarnation and I thought it would be interesting and fun to do. And I came out of it with a total renewed respect for the woman as a person, like, outside of the reincarnation thing. I thought she was amazing just because she spent, you know, in an age when women were probably not given the best opportunities in education, she and all sorts of areas, she basically put her middle finger up and said, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, she became like a leading historian. And
yeah. And outside of, like, alongside all of her crazy, you know, she had all that going on the side, but she still came out of it as like a respected academic by everyone in the field. You know, there wasn't a single person, like when I researched it, I didn't find a single bad word about her. Everyone that wrote about Omsetti basically said what a legend and how she was like, and she just lived her life in just a fantastic way. You know, she didn't like school, so she bunked it off and learned hieroglyphics instead. And then when she was moving around the country, she just spent time educating herself in libraries on Egypt. And then she went, you know what, I'm just going to do one to Egypt and go there and become a leading scholar just because that's what I'm going to do. And I just thought...
That's a life goal, isn't it?
Respect. Like, that that's a cool life, a life worth living. She did well. She was a legend. So she is my all-round most favourite person. What about you?
I'd have to agree, to be honest, because everyone else is so awful.
Yeah, there isn't that many favourite people, is there, to be honest? Again, I sort of picked this award because I just thought Omseti deserved another mention.
Yeah.
Because she was amazing.
Nah, I can't think of anyone that isn't a terrible person, to be honest.
Yeah, let's face it, this is Dark Histories. Most people are terrible. That should be our tagline. Not Sleep Tight or whatever. It should be Dark Histories. Most people are terrible. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up our kind of Dark Histories 1 year anniversary awards. Congratulations to all the winners. We'll get the awards out to you.
Yeah, we'll post them to you.
Yeah. To celebrate our 1 year anniversary, we put out a